Swivl. She hates our class. She hates our class because we told her off one day.
I'm gonna go run to the printer real quick.
Homecoming
Mr.
sign.
Schneider.
Yo.
Okay, so me and Cassie have a 0 on our data again, and we submitted it.
Yeah, mine even says about me thing is submitted. It just says waiting.
Yeah, I helped her
and I
submit
submitted
all
it
that
twice.
stuff.
And I submitted the first day.
It wasn't there when I went and looked. That's all that means. And I have to go back. And you sent me an email like yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, because I sent it Thursday.
Yeah, I have to get there. I didn't get there yet. There's gonna be a bad grade on the day that you walked off and disappeared for half an
Yeah,
hour.
I know that one, but
The other one, not. That's just not in there yet. Okay? And I'm pretty slack on not getting things in Edmodo the first couple of times. But after that, then I'm not. And this is still the first couple of times, and not a big deal. But if these guys are printing, that means who's going first?
Swivl, Karen.
Alright, and where are you gonna do it?
Why would you offer to come first?
You have a PowerPoint, right?
Yeah,
But,
but
like-
we haven't really.
So there's about only one place you can do that.
Our pictures won't go on.
No.
I am so
You're
confused.
good.
You better do something quick.
I'm confused. I can go. Done.
Someone else can go first. I'm getting Dr. Mr. Bull. Or Miss Bull.
We just need to do it.
We're all three gonna have to take turns. That's what I thought too. And he has the class like right now. Hey.
They're not ready.
We have stuff, but we have like, we have some slides.
We could probably go in with socks and I'm bored.
I told them it was gonna be next time, and you're doing it this time, so they're not ready.
We can do it next time.
We can't waste a class period.
We did that like the first day.
What can we do this?
After that.
Practice.
Who's up? The seniors said they wouldn't, then they chickened out.
We're waiting for Landon to come back.
I'm supposed to go.
Hannah, Aurora, Letty?
We have to upload our pictures, but we don't have a cord, do you? Like an iPhone cord?
iPhone 6?
It doesn't matter, just an iPhone charger.
So you're using one.
Yeah.
I have. I can't remember where I put it.
I'm supposed to go to the court today.
Yeah, bring your phone here.
What? Bring your phone here.
It's the same
You should know
thing.
what an iPhone cord looks like.
No, that's a form.
That's in my car.
Why don't you just email
my
it to
copy.
yourself, like from your phone, email it to your school email?
Yeah, that's what we always had to do. We were allowed to plug it in.
Yeah, and then you just like.
It's either that or you can run down to my car. It's not locked. It's a silver Impala. It's got school license plates. It says S. And then the license plate number is 7432. And it should be right straight out the door almost. It's plugged in the front seat, plugged into the radio.
Yeah, because we're not doing our group.
So, are we done or not? It sounds like we got some last minute things to take care of.
We need to go practice.
And those things might take more than a minute.
No, because I like all the flavors.
So, is today a modified day?
Sure.
Wait a second, seniors, you didn't hear this, and the juniors did. Did you change your presentation based upon the feedback you got in your last class period?
No.
And can you prove that? Was the feedback you got last class period written? Should it be? Did you give a presentation last time and have other people listen to it? I don't remember a whole lot of that.
What did we do?
I think you guys were
We're
still
supposed
working
to have
last time, weren't
3.
you?
I don't know, I know if they left, so I was.
They left and you were stuck.
Yeah, and then I was supposed, I don't know. I was
Because you
supposed
had like
to- they was
senior
gone.
Justin's,
Yeah.
yeah. I think maybe we ought to evaluate today, if we haven't. And maybe we ought to get our evaluations so that they actually look like they were done by adults. I'm like really allergic to getting 3rd grade work out of people that look like you.
What are you doing?
If you're shorter than my pants and cuter than heck, I'll take 3rd grade work, but you guys are all old enough to drive. You guys all think you're grown up, so I'm gonna treat you that way. I need better work. Do we have a rubric filled out from last time? Should we?
So we technically do need 4, Nikki.
It's okay. We'll use them. And your computers will be up, and next time we won't need to use them, next time we can do it electronically. Because while I'm not an earth person and a tree hugger and one of those, it says we're going to kill the planet. I don't believe humans can kill the planet without a nuclear bomb. I don't think we need to kill trees on purpose either. That's silly. Today is a test and evaluate and modify day. Next time we present. That's Thursday. Nobody's missing on Thursday? Even the seniors. Because nobody's testing on Thursday at all, I don't think, right? According to the announcements. So today what I should see is these two groups back here working together to, you give a presentation, you evaluate it. You give a presentation, you evaluate it. And then we can rotate. Evaluation should be written. Anytime you take points off, you have to write why. And not a, I understand why. I need to understand why, and I might not be listening. Anybody that decides to check in on class needs to understand why. My bosses, your principals, the 6th grade teacher should be able to look at these and understand why you took points away. Then, between now and our next class period, you need to fix whatever that is. And I gave the juniors the example of grade school. You used to hand your papers to the person on the left and look them over and then get them back and then fix a couple of things and then turn them in and get graded. That's what you're doing today. Only it's a little more complicated, a little more adult. Communication in writing and orally is important, no matter what job you have. The way the human brain works after being on all of the digital devices all day long, like Hannah's doing. I know. Passing pictures over. It's fine. But doing that does different things to your brains than my parents when they were your age. Their brains were completely different. They required much less communication than you require. They understood things in fewer words than you guys, because you guys are used to having a bazillion words thrown at you. Write a good quality description of what is missing or why you took points off. That is modified based on peer evaluations. 3 points out of 58. You have to have those written evaluations, and you have to have fixed the things that were pointed out. Did you put the right amount of points on that, juniors? You'll find out. We'll talk about how many points we put on things when we get done with the assignment. So, this is it. You are going to test and evaluate today. Give your presentation in whatever shape it's in. Spend whatever time is left over after that fixing your presentation and making it better. Clara? This is how you get graded when you present. Did they do it? It's either yes or no. It's a light switch. It's either on or off.
What did you guys
For this 20-point thing on design a solution, if you don't think they understood and leveled the science for a junior high audience, they get a 0. If you think they did kind of okay but should have done better, they get a 0.
I have a bunch, but not many. There's like my math bag. Okay, so we'll agree to you guys. That was pretty much talk. You lost your presentation.
If you want, you can practice up here. I don't care. If all 3 of you don't have a computer, can you log into somebody else's computer and get at your files?
90% sure we can, but I don't know.
Is that what you're going to have to try to do?
I suppose.
I'll be the brave one and try it, even though there's nothing online. But
I'm going to run next door and see if we can have an audience on
Hey,
Thursday.
why is this?
It's supposed to be like, writing that stuff too, so you can see that.
pretty much a 0 or like no whole points. By the way, don't confuse so yell at you.
If they are doing whatever and they tell us their measurements, -2. If they don't have, if they have the detailed label drawings.
Somebody remind me to check back later.
What's your thing? I know, what's your thing?
What's your thing?
Who's presenting?
Who you service?
I know what your password is, but I don't know what your username is.
Did you draw a picture of the house?
Oh! I can hack your stuff, maybe.
No?
I don't think we're ready. I don't think we should do this.
Ronnie would take your.
Did you go through that?
Picture.
While you were putting this
I'm
in?
surprised it's about the same as yours. Insert.
Oh my god.
It's a really tiny one.
Otherwise, you says to save it into your documents.
That's why I don't do that. People can't hack me then.
Documents.
We're the one with computer crashes.
There's literally nothing on here. Oh!
Hold on, Chris. No.
Except for everything?
No, there's nothing on here. Like, it's her thing, but there's nothing. Like, none of her documents or anything.
So do you need to run down and talk to
No, cause,
Mrs. Bull and see if you're doing something wrong?
no, 'cause like I did it right.
Well, then you're saving wrong.
Well, I saved it to my desktop.
That's why.
That's why.
It's so much easier to get to than trying to find the document.
I should write there.
Or you could make a desktop icon for documents.
Oh god, Landon, what's yours?
I know.
Okay. There you go. I unknowingly logged him out and I was like, oh. We should probably have figured out if we knew what his stuff was first.
That would probably be a good
What
idea.
did you guys have?
The
This is a waste of paper.
Oh my god.
Are we sitting at our desks or should we go stand up there?
You can sit.
No, it's
She
fine.
cares a lot.
Here.
They Swivl. Everybody has some
talking in front of the group anymore, maybe.
Ooh.
I spelled that wrong.
So then we talked about it.
Denny's.
After measurement count,
Yeah.
yeah, label your own. Yeah, effort,
I was
cooperation.
gonna put slide.
That's
Yeah,
wrong.
instead, in
Yeah, it's not big.
science, yeah, please follow.
Detailed.
Okay, good now.
Board submit,
Okay.
include the discussion of information, discuss simple.
The big merry-go-round is 112
We kind
and
of
5/16 inches in diameter, and the small merry-go-round is
tracks, feedback, submit video,
No, it's rather all or
show
nothing.
it, modify it.
Laws and checks.
six and
Show it here.
7/16 inches in diameter. The merry-go-round is a wheel and axle simple machine. Your body always goes in one direction, and G-force goes against your body on the other way. The farther away from the center, the more force it must exert to continue moving. Force must be exerted on an object to
Please have a seat. Have a lot of sense. And if you tell a kid that G-force goes against your body, he will not understand, I think.
You wouldn't understand the G-force goes against your body, is what I got.
A kid doesn't know what is a G-force.
So Pet Daddy.
Oh.
Kid doesn't know what G-force is.
Yeah, good point.
Did you put the pictures in?
So like G-force and then explain what a G-force is. Probably.
This,
So like put the
show-
meaning of a
show
G-force
the
behind
first,
it.
and then
The force
tell
against your
this,
body.
maybe.
And then
Put that video.
should we just start over? Should we just start over, guys?
Yeah, that's fine.
So I just say the example first, or should I say the measurements first? Probably the measurements first, don't you think? And the example and that.
First, this.
Well, like he can just start talking, like when he's talking about G-force, when he's like the G-force, and then it's like would be a comma in English world
We'll
or
try it again.
parentheses.
Alright,
Go to your desktop.
okay, you ready? The big merry-go-round is 112, 5/16 inches in diameter, and the small merry-go-round is 6/16 inches in diameter. The merry-go-round is a wheel and axle simple machine. Have you ever been in a car that is stopped until it accelerates and sends a force that pushes you back? This is the G-force, because all
Where's your
matter
cord
tends
at?
to maintain its initial velocity.
Could we
That is, if you're in a totally stopped car and the car accelerates, your body tends to
On the desk.
the background force. The same goes if you go in a car at high speed, braking suddenly, your body tends to follow the same speed, so even if you stop the car, you are going to keep moving forward. This serves the importance of seatbelts. Your body always goes in one direction, G-force.
But what? The body always goes in one direction. This having sense. For example, right now my body is not going in any direction. You shall change this part.
He knows what he's talking about. I got that.
Do you know what I
Your
mean?
body's not always going in one direction because you are not moving
And
right now.
the
You're not
G-force is only when you are accelerating, not when you are moving.
You're getting somewhere.
You know where to find them at, Jan.
Nice.
I'm giving up now.
Where you at? Keep going.
I don't know where we're at.
Just start at your part. Just read your part.
Well, so far you got 2 points out of 58, so you're gonna wanna do more.
Really?
I have 2 points out of 58.
All you did was give me some measurements.
I didn't, I gave them.
Oh, they had their detailed labeled drawings, by the way.
Did they?
Yeah, they showed
Okay.
us. And they're technically cooperating right now too, in case you were wondering.
I hear you. Let's wait and see if they strangle each other before they're done.
Should I just read my whole part again or whatever?
Yeah, it's self or take stuff. I don't know.
The farther away from the center, the more force it must exert to keep moving. Force must be exerted on an object to get it moving. Boom, done.
Alright, so your turn.
Yeah. Centrifugal force, an object traveling in a cycle behaves as if it is experiencing an outward force. Centripetal force allows the radius of a cycle from the object to the center.
When you sit closer to the edge of a merry-go-round, the centrifugal force will push you off. When you sit closer to the center, the centrifugal force will pull you closer to the center. Acceleration is the rate of speed, or speed of something. Velocity is the speed of something in a given direction. When you spin on a merry-go-round, you get off. You are dizzy and can't maintain your balance. This is your equilibrium.
There is a liquid in your hair that keeps you balanced. When you lose that balance, liquid on one side moves to the other side. This makes your body think you need to learn certain way to regain balance.
I hate you.
Give the examples first.
So like your example pretty much is your G-force
Yeah.
explanation. Alright.
Is there a discussion somewhere on simple machines?
This beginning.
Yeah. It's like they didn't at first, but they're adding stuff to it, so or like they changed it so it
They should tell you.
so I don't know what to
I think we have to physically tell them that they're on there and what it actually is.
Yeah. And so yeah.
Like, they watched the release.
I don't know if they did or not.
Not put it on
What
there.
happens if we don't know? Did you guys record it and submit it?
Okay, so yeah, we can record it, like outside before station.
Yeah, like record your thing for us.
It was playing right there.
Oh,
My
okay.
question for you though is, do we have a physical on-site explanation / demonstration?
On-site, but they don't have enough.
That's what these videos are, aren't they?
Did you explain anything there?
Yeah, as Ronnie was talking, that's what explains it.
They were explaining everything, but it's just like we didn't go outside
So they're using that video.
to
and
show what they're
talking about the video,
Yeah.
okay.
That's what
That's what I wanted to know. They're currently gathering feedback, so we can give them that. If we assume that they modified,
We have the video.
we have a video.
I always get myself on that one. I don't know what to do.
Could you hear everything you needed to hear?
Yeah.
Did you understand their science?
Yeah.
Or the sixth graders can understand their science?
Well, like they wouldn't have the first time they gave it, but like they added more stuff to it, so they
Okay.
did. So that's what I'm confused
Did you
about.
ask them any questions about the science?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you ask any questions about the science.
I did before you did. That you were listening.
That should all be done at the end. There
Um,
should be a Q&A at the end of every presentation to make sure that you understand, to make sure that they understand.
I gave them a 6 because I understood it, but and a 3 because they technically answered the questions.
Their points. I should not have allowed you to put points like that. It's alright.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, it's because you want a new number.
Yeah, you guys have a whole bunch of points that you shouldn't have. It doesn't change the percentages that much,
I used to take
about 3 percentage points.
something 83. So then I explain it. I'm just gonna say like there's a couple things that like wouldn't have made sense to like 6th graders, but made sense to us. But you know what I mean. Whatever you give them zeros on, you have to explain, and you never give like less than the points. It's rather all of the points or nothing. We learned this last period.
No.
Put your email address in.
Yeah, we have to do that today.
Like our school email address.
Can't remember.
It just works better that way. It doesn't fall down.
Do it that way.
Cost me $1,700. Manuel, do you know your school email address? Do you know your school email address?
Why are you sending it? What is that you're sending?
My rubric. I just evaluated you. Give your score just like they're doing. I did it the right way.
I just thought I think there was something that we could have explained a little better for the little kids. Okay, so we give these to you guys. So they did decent. We're gonna suck them.
Yeah, we are.
We need to put a lot of more time and effort. We need to like do more. I think you guys are okay. You can fail us. It's okay because I don't think these are great. It's okay if you fail us. It's fine. Do you guys have your things?
They don't have to guess.
Why didn't it?
So that's literally just
No, we don't get an email with in a minute.
We have a video, but I don't have my computer.
Here's your cord.
We have to slide out.
And this.
Yeah.
Wait, go back.
Oh, that's a sucky one.
Yes, and you guys
No. Stupid, Brittany.
No, because we're not reading it. That's the only one you actually slid down the slide. No, that's the only one you sat up there and you're angry and you just sat there and glared at everyone and then you finally slid down the slide. So, hey guys, this is my video. No, that's a dumb video.
Nancy, ready?
Yes, sir.
Slow motion.
He sucks at sliding down
How do
slides.
you suck at sliding down just because
The
I'm
way
like
his
too tall?
legs
I'm
are.
Explain this first part.
Okay guys, this is my video.
Do you want to watch it? Or you have to?
No,
No.
they have to. They have to grade us on it.
Slow motion.
It's a slow motion landing with the slide. And he sounds like Shrek. Okay. Wait.
You guys got your drawings?
Yeah, I got it. You
You
guys got
can
drawings?
show him because hers are better than
Mine are
mine.
better. Mine are better. She
Yeah,
just
is your name with your teacher?
Well, I know.
No.
I could write it down in the book really quick and then I'll fix it and have it ready by next time, okay? I'm gonna write this down and then I'll type it up and reprint it, so I have it for next time.
Your name's hard. I can't tell you. Are you serious?
I think that's the only thing that you guys have that was like. No, because the rest of it was like 6th graders would be able to understand.
You don't know these.
But like I would say
I sat with
force,
them for 5
like
minutes and
I
I
like
was on
explain
Friday.
like show what force is.
Because I was in that class, I
Like
had to
this
get
is
checked out.
force.
Yes, okay, punch someone in 6.
kind of like
Ready?
do like a thing
Ready?
like before you start like this is the words.
Explain
No, we like there's a couple words that I want to explain to you before we start this. And explain force to them because I don't think that they've learned that yet.
We should have.
They should have, but we don't know that. So just in case they
So
didn't.
you should ask them a question.
No, we should just explain it. Linda, stop. Yeah, ours is gonna suck.
Yeah.
You guys should have just gotten an email with my rubric and some feedback. Not as much as there should be, but I wasn't there for all of it, so. And when I was trying to get it out and reading it.
We're probably gonna do it for having, no, we're gonna do 4 because we have the drawings.
High five! We did it. High five. We passed.
We got points.
4 out of
Accurate
58 isn't
measurements.
gonna cut it, guys.
No, we're gonna have measurements and drawings.
Detailed labor drawings. We're cooperating now.
That's about it.
This is not gonna be junior high. Actually, it might be junior high level.
I know, it's on your chin.
The discussion of Swivl machine, I have that.
We will modify it based on. We will need to modify or we will fail. We have a video. We just showed them.
Is there a measurement?
Guys, these are our
I'm really
measurements.
good at proper voice gesture, proper voice projection, so we're good on that.
This is how we score.
You explain
Yeah,
that.
I did, but what is that?
This is my, why don't you don't need any, no, I'm making it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the force, so the force.
You want me? I'm gonna take this home and I'm gonna
We already
type
started, so we're like in the middle.
and I'm gonna make it like a speech kind of, but we have parts. It's like a play.
Yeah.
Make sure you have to speak things like on the second.
So what do we test?
I'll take these home, like when they grade them, I'll take these home and then I'll make something.
What do we test them on?
Your mom.
Isn't it like that concussion test or something?
Is it?
We're not doing that tomorrow.
Well, no, we're taking some kind of test tomorrow.
That's what his team told us. We're taking a test tomorrow and apparently we're taking a test Friday.
Yeah.
And we're taking a test next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh god, you just got that
No, what-
video and it's gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna like find that part and like cut it out.
Yeah, I that's fine.
So just cut that
What,
part out.
what did Bruce say that we did?
Nothing. We weren't there.
I was right here.
No, this was in last period.
No.
Hey, Dad, you guys can go. Hey, Dad.
Okay, shut up.
Can I have your math notebook? Yeah. Can I look at it? Wait, could you write down your questions too?
I use
Fine, that's fine, I just need it. No, it's okay, I'm only on 10 right now.
Physics on the slide.
First class.
The slide is a simple machine. Alright then. You guys saw our measurements and stuff like that. Alright. The slide is a simple machine called an inclined plane. I'm sick. This is gonna sound
Let me read it.
No. Objects are known to accelerate down inclined planes because of an unbalanced force.
And there's
When
pulleys.
someone sits at the top of a slide, gravity is the constant force that pulls the person directly downward. Without the force of gravity pulling a person, a slide wouldn't work at all. Gravity is a
Slow
core.
down.
Bad move, it's my turn.
Gravity
Oh,
is
okay.
Gravity is
Oh my
a
God.
core physics concept that affects nearly everything, including playground equipment.
teeter totter with scissors.
Friction works against gravity to pull a person descent on the slide. Friction is a force that occurs whenever two objects rub against each other. Without friction, the slide would accelerate the rider too quickly, resulting in possible injury.
Inertia. The object or the person is at rest at the top of the slide. The object or person stays at rest until he is pushed either by himself or someone else. After the push, the accelerated maximum velocity and stays in motion until he is stopped by another force. This is inertia.
Winters?
More thanks guys, because the person followed. When a person first sits at the top of the slide, she contains potential energy. Potential energy is any stored energy and exists in any object or being capable of falling or moving. As she begins to slide, the potential energy is converted to kinetic energy. Any object that is in motion contains kinetic energy. The amount of kinetic energy depends on mass and speed, so the kinetic energy of a person sliding down a slide depends on how much the person weighs and how fast the person is, which are interrelated factors. No matter which way a person is traveling down a slide, and no matter which angle, that person contains kinetic
Yeah,
energy.
people on the same side if they're about to start.
I feel there's a slow, painful death.
Yeah.
If you have one person that's heavy on one side, small person on the other.
Just give us a bad grade, I don't care. It was terrible.
Effort.
And whatever.
I think it's junior high. Maybe just explain. Does anybody know what kinetic energy is?
I think I don't care.
We're in 8th grade, so you see the
You can
difference.
hear me.
That's how it works.
She kind of explained it.
Not really.
I don't know, I don't really care.
I don't know.
I'm heavier than we're by just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So, physical video you showed us is the explanation demonstration, yes?
Which we put for.
You guys recorded
Sure.
this? Submitted it.
No, right now. So I screwed it up after the video was done.
That one's like the same thing.
Realize.
Yep. That was a fail on my part. And
We did that in the beginning if you didn't catch it.
put some points.
The simple machine thing.
Yeah, I got that.
Any calculator.
Yeah.
I have to do.
You just give us like everything wrong. You don't get the full points, you get put a 0. Like, it's like you get 9 or 10, you get 0.
I do need those equations.
Oh, well. I'm just a great person that you my book.
Oh, no.
I
Next
think they
time,
did
there
murder.
will be, points for how you score the others. And if you don't match, then you lose points.
You gotta get that one.
I'm gonna not give you this one.
If you didn't do that,
You
so it's
haven't
0.
had any feedback yet.
Oh, he said that
Okay, so we
What
just
are we
gave it.
doing?
for these two, we gave it to you guys because we're gathering feedback now
Sure, there's your grade.
based on what you guys say, and then the modify, we're just going to give it to you and assume that you're going to modify. Based on
What's
what we
it
tell
say?
you. That's what he said.
I don't know, I should find something that you did wrong.
And what's the very last one?
Let's see.
You want to answer questions?
Did you ask questions?
I'm miserable.
Yeah. Are you reading one?
I mean,
Two.
So, you wanna sort?
What's this hard to do?
I say grad, I have no idea what you're talking about.
We're just in the very first one.
Here.
Yeah, you wanna go
What?
stylus?
Yeah, but I have no idea what the heck she's
Go back
saying
and
more
follow.
so that.
Well, we did bad. I gave
So
up on
I
that.
explained it.
Should go.
I explained it.
Who cares? This is dumb.
Oh,
I shouldn't because I'm running out of room, but I feel like.
Here.
This is seriously dumb. I give up.
What did you give us, Cass?
42.
Possible.
it's a.
A plus plus.
and I gave you a 59%.
At 59.
Give us a
Out of
59.
38.
That's not possible.
Oh.
4 out of 58.
That's right.
Good for us. This is
What
dumb
I do,
anyway.
you know?
42.
Congrats.
The deal here, seniors, the juniors just heard this last period. You were supposed to be finding everything that's wrong with their assignment, pointing it out, explaining that
I have one in my hand. We got a
they
55.
can go fix it and make it better. And even if
they did a good job.
Go on.
They didn't do an awesome
Good
job.
enough.
Yeah.
So if they're already good.
Better than my chemistry
and
one.
you give them all this critique, they can be awesome.
Yeah.
If they're horrible, and you give them critique, they're probably not gonna get awesome in one step.
Oh, yeah.
More gestures. You know, I'm sick and dying. It's not really easy.
It's her fault, isn't it? You can do the
Yeah,
gestures
the
on
which
me.
has like honest.
She's just there talking, Brittany's all like,
Yeah. Something like that.
I can see her doing that. I think she's just standing there talking to them.
Like Vanna. Just handsome.
This stupid.
Mrs. Purvis would have a heart attack. She'd be sitting there like, oh, I hate you.
She hates us all.
And you'll get there.
I don't even know what the essay was about. I literally left her class early and she's like,
Oh, you
let's
gotta
not give her the essay.
No, you gotta write about. Go to your wiki. It's so good. I got it half done, so I'll be
Does
done.
anyone have their English like grammar done?
No, I need to do that.
Way too low.
Whoever that was, I hope you fixed that. That was terrible.
So long as we have a study.
It's like,
I'll just do it during some class.
I don't have any time for the essay.
It's stupid. I just made up a bunch of answers.
Oh my god.
It's not.
Somebody else clean up.
The way you really
Be there.
the eyebrow just kept getting higher and higher. I was all like,
I got mad at him last night. I'm not. I was just like pretending that I was.
Or you put it
I was like, God, thanks for replying. I see how much you fucking hate me. Why don't I just go die? And he's like, I was like, Daddy, why do you say that? And I was like, because you don't reply? And he's like, I didn't even get a text. And I was like, right. Excuses. He's like, have you seen my phone? And I was like, yeah. I was like, sitting there laughing the whole
I
time.
gonna do like that.
where are we finding this?
This first, then this with that. This delete because this has sense. Then this
That's right, you got your email.
and this the correction.
Your password on this piece of paper, you hand it out to you.
I know what I got.
It was like 40 something.
Like that. To explain that force, you have to say that. Do you understand this?
What?
Yep.
Alright.
Got it.
What?
Our email.
3875.
You're supposed to make 60
Really? Thank God.
Guess what?
You didn't get football game, baby?
Well,
Why?
did you just ask me why I'm not going to the football game?
So then I just
Wait, what football game?
Friday.
Where?
Cologne.
Perhaps not. Oh, I'm working. That's why.
We're done.
So we could do this again in like.
Probably not.
I like how they put football in. Some guys do football games.
He sits there and complains that Matt Campbell's playing, and it's like maybe if you wouldn't quit like a little.
Honestly, he could have got the championship ring and all that crap. But
You just go to swim.
so happens when you're a quitter.
He just sits there all like at all the games and complains about Matt Campbell playing.
At least he doesn't post scenes.
You need feedback from more than one group? So you're gonna wanna switch places with somebody
Probably.
and do it again. get more feedback. The more feedback you get, the better you can make your presentation,
Sorry, there's a
the
fire.
more things you can fix.
I don't want it.
We're doing